in the recent year for the Russian team, but time to go for the first face-off. Nielsen and Plekanec. That's the first struggle in the neutral zone. And there we have a taste of Danish discipline. Daniel Nielsen around to Lassen along the board. There's no way for a centering pass. The Czech, they are not trying to forecheck very hard at the beginning. They're playing safe. And they go for the first shift. Fresh body on the ice for the Czechs, not for Denmark yet. That might be the first power play. This is going to be a key factor. The call is probably going to be interference, but tripping, excuse me. So Daniel Nielsen goes out, and one more factor possibly not visible is that when you have one of your best penalty killers on the bench, the work for the coach, in this case for Per Bachmann, is pretty tough. It's not just one-man shot. Zdeněk Kutlak, again the big tough defender. The puck probably was out. No, the referee thinks that it was kept in, an aerial keeping, if we can call it like that. The keeping is one of the things, the underrated things in ice hockey. So that's the first attack. We're on the first drittle, so the defending team has the bench. On the defensive end, that might be the first one. We've been very close to the fourth score. Very good cycling shift for the Czechs. They don't need to shoot in the next 20 seconds. They want to keep the opponent team for a long and suffer shift. No clearance. Good possession. And again, broken front. Look for Zdeněk Kutlak, number 80. Going straight Zdeno Chara style in front of the net, not in front of the net, but in front of the goaltender. So at the same time, we have to recognize a very good penalty killing unit for the Denmark. Very tough one because they didn't have any chance to go to the shift. So very good cycling power play for the Czechs, and very mindful and careful. This is a different kind of hockey. When you have to defend 4 versus 5, you can't rely on the one-on-one. You have to cover the shooting lane, which is being well done. Lars Eller deflected. Andre Nemec, curiously, Nemec in Czech means German. And again, very good defensive work by the Danish. They had the chance to clear twice and to go to the bench to put fresh legs in. Very nice keeping. Very nice keeping inside the area. Lukas Krajcek keeps the puck in, so they don't have to leave the offensive zone. Again, watch out for a slap shot or a reach shot from that position. No, now it's time to look for a centering pass. Circulation again, 15 seconds. Time to try and put it in the middle. No way, no way. Jakub Petrucalek in front of the net. Again, Krajcek along the board. Teams are at full strength. I think that Per Bachmann can be very proud of their attacking team. Watch out for the famous 10 seconds after the end of the penalty. There's been much psychological talking about why so many teams, they get punished just after that. This is a good clearing. And again, it's Lukas Krajcek doing the playmaking. He leaves the puck there, goes to the shift. 3 in a line. Here they go. with the left wing covering down, working as a third defender. Very good defensive system, both at full strength and in penalty killing needs for the Danes. They need to put the puck in the corner. They're not allowed to do so. Now they're trying to kind of forecheck, which makes it very hard, as expected, to the Czech to get out the defensive zone. Thomas Plekanec, the Montreal Canadiens star, voltering around. Oh, it's very hard to get out of the defensive zone. Per Backman's system is really working. Now to the neutral zone, the trap worked well. The puck is gained and thrown forward again. Jakub Petruzalek gets a hit. This is a good chance in the middle, in the shooting lane again. Very punctually, Michael Frolik, the leader Jager, as they used to call him, and they still call him in the Czech Republic. Again, the puck is recovered, but it's off the area, so very hard work for Nemec. He had to skate back. Petr Česlav, I'm sorry. Again, the trap this time doesn't work. Now they changed the system a little bit. The Danes are working with a 2-1-2, which is a very good system to prevent counter-attacks, quick breakaway from the opponent. And we're seeing the effect of that. Brilliant, brilliant neutral zone cage for the Danes, and there's no way to deny that manual dexterity of the Czechs has been shut down for this first part of the game. How many stories we have about that? We have even a 40-year-old debutant, but Jakub Petruzalek can't close in. Diamo Kabakos KHL. Now the face-off is right off Danish defensive zone. We had every good impression about this defensive system. They even got close to a scoring chance. Now they have to show us a bit more on the attacking side. The centering pass is denied again very well by Morten Green, Captain Green. Very nice person besides being a rock on the defense. A very good playmaker. And again, the Czechs are forced to push the puck forward the North American way. The puck is not blocked, but the rebound is safely picked up and cleaned by Julian Jakobsen. Jakobsen follows the play, very good support play by the forward. Quality of the pass is not good enough to permit Jiri Novotny to accelerate. And after at least 3.5 minutes of continuous play, we go for face-off. Jakub Petruzalek, Amel Kabasco. The right mention, looks like the police heard us. Again, looking for a way to get out of the defensive zone. A one-man for checking by the Czech. It's an extra effort, an extra skating effort. Michael Vonka. Petr Tentrad has to skate back. The same one. Along the border, back goes to the corner. Powerful pressure. They have to rely on the manual dexterity to get out of this. The Czechs are denied skating lane, a passing lane continuously. And now it's the 3 Czech men behind the net. They have to cover very quickly Jakub Stepanek. The left catcher, former Vitkovice. Very precious for the gold medal in Germany 2010. The one for sure the Czech want to repeat, and they have every chance of quality, even though all the NHLers are positioned in the attacking department and not in the defense. Very good shot, very good shot. The result is not a score, because you cannot even hope to beat a goaltender like Jakub Stepanek if it's not screened in front. But an offensive face-off is not anything bad, and Adam Czech is quite concerned. Adam Czech has been in charge of the junior team since 2003. And in charge of the big boys since 2006. Winning the Bronze Olympic in the same year, from Sparta Praga, Vitkovic, Trinis and Olamuts. Good morning, Mr. or Miss Mascot. I think they should say Miss Mascot. Curiously enough, but not so unusually, Adam Czech hasn't been able to go over the second division as a player. His brother using his successful football manager. That's a very important face-off, and Nedved. This is, for me, a movie that a story that deserves a movie. But we don't. I promise I'll tell you about this 40-year-old debutant as soon as the game gives it a bit of breath. Doesn't seem to come soon. Gonna pack in the centering zone. Is a 2-on-3, very good. Back check in action by Mikko Vondra. Now battling for the puck. Posted along the board, very well checked again. Jesper Jensen waiting for the puck. Playmaking duties now. Again to Peter Pruka. Easy deflection for Stepanek. Doesn't even try to block. He doesn't want too many defensive face-off, and I understand that. Now he has to use his precious and famous left catch to stop the puck, give a bit of breath. Very experienced goaltender. I know it was not a voluntary deflection. It's been a mass deflection. Very good puck win. It's very important to win the face-offs, but also the quality of how you do that is very important. The Czechs needed that puck. You lose the face-off, you find yourself chasing that for at least 20 seconds. It's time to talk to the second penalty of the game. And that's Zdeněk Kutlak, the Zdenočara of Andriy Piotr, so they call it. This is a player who had probably his lowest season in the last year. Yeah, he tangled the opponent's arm. Very close call, but you know, and we all know that refs are very strict in the World Cup, and very correctly. Zdenočara doesn't even open his mouth. One of the cleanest and strongest player of the Swiss division. He's been struggling, giving his best to his team, which has been saved from the second division relegation for 3 years in a row. He's a real hero in the Italian-speaking part of the Swiss Confederation. He played a lot of minutes. Very good defensive defender with a decent shot, but mostly really a defensive rock. Someone says that he should have been called before, a few years before, but the coach didn't trust so much someone not playing in NHL or KHL. This is a very interesting thing, but we leave it because we have to see how Danish power play works. Not very well so far. The first shift hasn't been working so well as the penalty killing has done. This is the chance to go along the board and maybe to reach the corner and go to the shift. So 50 seconds yet. Captain Green drives the puck forward, looks for a left-hander to the left side. Very good move. The puck is behind the net. So it's Daniel Nielsen doesn't succeed in keeping the puck in. Not a great power play for the Northern Europeans. That could be the last attempt. 17 seconds, the puck is lost and the clearance is done. So very quickly, the Danish goaltender comes out to gain seconds. So we can speak very well about Denmark so far. The power play hasn't been up at the same level of all the rest. I expected a little bit more by people like Philip Larsen of the Dallas Stars, Frans Nielsen, the New York Islanders, and Lars Eller of the Montreal Canadiens, let alone of course, Johnny Hansen of the Vancouver Canucks. They have to do without playoff star Mikael Böttcher. His brother Mats is not an NHLer. He plays very well, by the way, in the Elite series. And Denmark relies on experienced players of the Swedish Premiership, which is not bad at all. And in a preliminary game against Italy, I saw so much discipline. What I've been impressed of most has been the discipline, the defensive face-off, every man taking care of an opponent, not leaving any puck bouncing around, and with quick eyes and skilled team, that could be very, very precious. Philip Larsen and Frans Nielsen has been the best players for what a friendly game can say. Time to comment. Another attack with the puck on the back is not easy, even for a player like Michael Frolik, to produce a center impact, so he has to dump it again and wait for someone else to do that. That's the first shot. Frolik again doesn't reach the target. Michael Frolik waiting. Very good wraparound by Montreal Canadiens, Thomas Plekanec. Again, a centering pass from behind. They're not shy to put it quickly from behind the net, which is a bit dangerous sometimes, because your best assist to your teammate could be a very good assist for the opponent's breakaway. Good luck. Leaves it to Jakub Nakladal. The puck again is in the neutral zone. Again, very good idea. The suggestion doesn't reach David Krejci, the Boston Bruins star, recently eliminated. Just a matter dice. One of the top NHLers. Very good hit. Oh, this is a lovely thing. A hit that kept the puck driver separated from the puck. The check has been finished in the skating lane. Very nice pace up. defending, even though it was done in the attacking zone. Jensen. No! Jensen, very nice centering back. There was a bit of a screening. Probably Stefanik was also screened by Lucas Krajcek. This is what I would call a real scoring chance. Again, Krajcek. Locates the option. Finds the good one, but there's good pressure on Petr Nedved. Petr Nedved played at the Olympic game as a Canadian citizen in '94. In '94, he moved away during the Cold War days from his country, while Zdenek Kutlak again calls back, gives and stays back as a fullback to cover down in case of need. Again along the board, so the puck is out. The attacking zone has to be left. Again, the Czechs throwing the puck forward, but not finding good quality access. In the attacking, oh, very lovely skills, skating back, in control of the puck. Very mindful of the rule. If you skate back, you're in control of the puck, you're going to go offside. You're not offside, but besides that, you really need the skills. Off the target goes the slap shot of Jasper Jensen. Good defense. Passing lane shut down again. Very good cycling. A centerizer is denied again. Very nice shot. Rebound. Weight control. So the Czechs still in possession. Very long stint in attacking area by the Czechs. And now it's dangerous. Now it's a 1-on-2. Luckily for the Czechs, the quality of the pass didn't permit a big breakaway. So Fredrik Storm couldn't accelerate really, like he probably wanted. That's another penalty. There's another penalty. This is a slashing call. So for a couple of minutes, again, the underdogs, the strong underdogs, are gonna be short-handed for a slashing call. Frans Nielsen. The refs are very strict, but I think it was a good call. So no chance to come off the board for the Czechs. And again, we had a taste of a Danish penalty killing before that. I think we saw they've been very quick, disciplined, organized. But again, penalty killing sucks the energies of your best players. Now in penalty killing, you get up to 5 shifts.
Number 51 in Team Denmark, Frans Nielsen.
In power play, I'm sorry. While in penalty killing, the changing system is totally different. You don't reason in terms of line changing, but you just change one man at a time whenever you can. It's too dangerous when you short-handed to try to get out 2 men from the ice. Again, they defend with a small box, which is dangerous for the shot from the blue line. If you open up the slot and take a couple of men high, now that's good movement. Again, good movement. Centering pass is not picked up. Well, sometimes teams like Czech Republic, they use a four-forward power play, which is a kind of power play mostly based on talent. You don't need to talk much. You may lose a little bit of discipline on the blue line because the extra attacker is not used to skate back like the defenders are. So it's very good to defend with a small tight box like the Danish are doing versus this kind of power play. While if you're more concerned about the shots from the blue line, you better take a man high there. And there it comes. Oh, the clearance is chopped by Danish player himself. Defends himself on the way of the mid-air. Clearance, very good work by Morten Green anyway. And right at the end of the penalty, we see a high possession shift by the Danish. Now they pushed off, they had to restart. Not a good diagonal pass. Again, Madsen tries to slap the danger away. 17 seconds, the puck in neutral zone, not it's on the defensive zone. Czechs have to rush up the attack. It's a kind of dump. 3 seconds to the end. Very good and interesting first drittel. And again, the puck bounces dangerously up to the mask. Oh, Jakub Stepanek, so the goaltender of St. Petersburg, has been tested probably a bit more than expected by a Danish team that still has to convince us that he's able to attack and score like he is, for sure. Disciplined, tight, and in control of the game. So see you later for the second drittel. Now cleaned eyes and watch out for discipline again, not leave a team like the 2010 world champion in power play, because they know how to ice skate. Now clean eyes, the puck goes quick, the benches are on the other end of your goaltender, so penalty killing could be even more tough to survive. This is Blatak. Many experienced blue liners like Blue Latak, 2001 draft for the Detroit Red Wings, now playing for the Salavat Ulav Ufa. And Thomas Moisik, a very offensive and high-scoring defenseman. Very good defense from the inside to the outside. Good diagonal pass, not the best of style and class, but that's what the team needed. And here again with the little Jager Frolic, who comes from a disappointing season with the Chicago Blackhawks. Lately is being even a healthy scratch at the end of the season. And for the first 2 games of the playoff, if I'm not wrong, very good catch. Very good catch. High from Michalek on the glove side. Very good wrist effort. That's Captain Green. Very good face-off specialist. He needs to put his stride behind him. The puck goes forward, but luckily jumps out through the neutral zone. If you have to lose it forward, that's the best way to do that. Good luck to Blatak. To Czeslava. Then on his knee, looking for Krejci, not finding him. Clearing doesn't work, so better restart from the back. Nielsen very well. Michalek, his best season as a professional player. 35 goals for the Ottawa Senators. Right. Morten Green takes care of this kind of player, famously watching so many videos with the coaching staff. He's a detailed guy, and it shows. Jensen and Nedved at the face-off. Who gets both get weighed up, not just Nedved. Has to be replaced in the face-off area. So the puck is painted red now. Centering pass as well. Watch out. Kohensky coming in a second wave. They're very productive even on the last packs when they attack the Czechs. Sometimes they come in a second wave. Aleksamsky and David Krejci are also expected to do very well. Krejci played so well, one of the best power forwards for the Boston Bruins this year. It has to be said that all Czechs NHLers are concentrated on the attack, so they get more talent in attack and experience and toughness in the defense, but that's very approximated. That's just a kind of indication. And that's, now it may be work for Kova. Not this time, because the shot is off the target. Let's not forget that every time the puck is in a zone, the goaltender has to squat down, so a high possession game in the offensive zone might really get the opponent's goaltender tired. And even though we're not watching him now, but the opponent's goaltender, Kovac in this case, has to work all the time when the puck is on the other, when the puck is on his own end. 4 minutes gone. Locating the option. Blatak, centering pass. They play a kind of 3 or even 4 men on the blue line to prevent the Czechs attack. Very good drop pass. To no offensive avail. Czeslava, very good back checking motion from Kiristakov. Jakobsen, Kutlak. Zenek Kutlak, a backhand clearance, which is not the best thing. And a very smart clearance. That's a delayed penalty. Delayed penalty, the puck comes red and the penalty now gets effective. It's Zdenek Kutlak again going to sit for 120 seconds. Oh yes, oh yes. Tripping again for Zdenek Kutlak. Big work ethic. One of the most loved men.
Team Czech Republic, number 18, Stalemate.
Southern Switzerland.
Time 4:57. Czechia's number 40.
Danish have to contend to maintain possession. Now they lose it. Again, if we have to say something, if we have to find something average in the Scandinavian team, we have to talk about their power play. Oh, that's an individual effort, but a very good one indeed by Franz Nielsen. All the options were very well checked, so he found a mid lane to skate through, but there's work for the referee again, and that's David Krejci, the Boston Bruins star, going to sit together with Zdenek Kutlak. That's going to be a delay of game. You're not allowed to send the puck away from your own area, so it's all in favor of the underdogs. It's a 5-on-3 for more than 1 minute, which is an eternity really.
Tjeckiens nummer 46, David Krejci, utvisas 2 minuter för delay the game. Tid 5:35.
Let's see where the face-off comes. Oh, it goes again to the Danish. Let's not forget that the Czech bench is on the other end of the building. Look for a bang goal. A powerful slap shot. Časlava puts his body on the line, literally. Larsen. Philip Larsen, the product of the Roblike BK system. Larsen again. Very good cycling. Work for Borak. I'm sorry. Rebound is conceded. Larsen again. Centering pass, which is not picked immediately. Yannick Hansen went for a very well thought and manufactured one-timer. Doesn't come. Hansen became professional at 16 years of age. Now it's his turn to show his experience, even though he's very young. There's a broken stick. And again, some way the Czechs find a way to survive. 3 men, but one has no stick. So time to go for a face-off. Very good move. The game is stopped, and never a defensive face-off came so welcome. The defending team, they had no chance to go to the shift. Oh. Puck has not been thrown. Now, 24 seconds. It's a 5-on-4. Again, very quick covering on the blue line to prevent a slap shot from there. Off the target. 3 seconds. Puck is still in the offensive zone. The teams are at full strength. Now they go. The Danish need to send the puck on the other end into the center ice. I'm sorry, Johansson and Captain Green. Surely here we go to the bench after a long shift. Very close to a remarkable score. Jannik Hansen of the Vancouver Canucks, very close to 300 NHL games. Oh yeah, it was Morton Green having the second chance while the first was to the Canucks. To the Canucks star, the right winger. Quite to suffer a lot through the Manitoba moves. Tough season. Then 300 games, and I really have a big admiration for players like that, because 300 games going up and down from the minor to NHL means really you have the mental hardness to keep going like that. He's been the first Danish citizen to play and register points in an NHL playoff game. You may remember him from being hit from behind by defenseman Shea Weber in a game against the Predator last year. Jensen had the chance to climb up the lines up to the first line together with the brothers Sedin, replacing just for a few games Alex Barron, which is the familiar face, together with the twins in the most scoring Vancouver Canucks line. Then Hansen got back to a check-in line, but really I have nothing but prizes for players like this. Climbing the line, climbing from the minors to NHL, and now giving his best. At 26 years, 25, 26 years of age. For his team, oh yes, again, here we go again. That's a hooking call. And that's Hemsky going to take a seat. Yes, sure, he interfered with a kind of rugby tackle. Not short of work. Plenty of work for the special teams today and for the coaching, but we know that coaching is all about changing and adjusting. And when you come back from a penalty killing, that takes the energies from your best line. It's not like restarting with a simple rotation, first, second, third line, because you may have your men really tired. So it's like chess game again. Let's go if this time the Danish power play goes better than the first two occasions. They go for a cycling. Less than 1 minute left. Sometimes, you know, it looks like you're losing time, but you want to get back from your defensive zone. Let everybody understand the structure again you want. Precious back checking, very precious back checking by David Nielsen, which denies a dangerous player like Jiri Novotny to accelerate and make the difference. The talented České Budějovice born forward who moved to Rochester Americans in 2006. And the same year he moved to Washington, then 2 years in Columbus, if I'm not wrong. And now, and more recently to the Atlanta Moscow Oblast. To end up with the Barry Astana, which is the spinal bone of the Kazakhstan national team, which we expect to see in command in the next days. Struggle along the boards. Very good work by the Danish second line. And again, vulturing close to the opponent's net. A daring player like Michael Frolic to no avail. I think that Per Bachmann that we see in this exact moment is in the game plan. Sometimes underdogs, they want to keep the more talented teams at a low score, possibly at 0, as long as you can, and then try what happens in the last minute. Nice interception by Chaslava. Again, Tenek Kutlak defending with Jakub Nakladau. So the lines have been mixed. But both the coaches, David Krejci, watch out for number 46 when he moves towards the net. He was in the wing now, but he's very good in both taking the puck off the boards and going straight to the net. Philip Larsen going to take a risk. The Dallas Stars prospect, but I wouldn't call him prospect. And again, we see the string of scoring chances of the Scandinavian teams shut down by a very good covering defense. And this is the general manager of the Czech Republic. I am sure not so happy. Slavomir Lehner, with famously in 2011 lamented the CHL takes too many Czech juniors to North America. Back in the neutral zone. Good pressure again by Kiris Tako. Krejci, very well covered and tagged, as all the difference makers need to be. Kutlak moves towards the net and finds himself in a full forward position, which is pretty unusual. Again, David Krejci puts it in the middle. Michele cannot put the blade on, but Captain Green has dangerously put his skates in the middle. Again, it's Hart locating the options. Back in the corner, no one chasing. Same move on the other side of the ice, but with another attitude. The Danish has put the puck, have put the puck to take a rest, while Czech dump has been a kind of dump and chase, which is physically the same, but tactically it is completely different. Very good skating and puck control, while the shot is off the target. Philip Larsen. Larsen again, Jannik Hansen. Jannik Hansen again, the Vancouver Canucks star, looks for support, a centering pass in backhand. The puck ricochets out of the slot. Philip Larsen. Again, he doesn't have so many offensive options, so better put it on the other side of the building, which is what you have to do. You have to be humble. You don't have to try to score a tiny shift. It might prove very costly against talented teams like this one we are so happy to comment. Though looks like there's plenty of talent and skill also in Andre Nemeth, but he hasn't been allowed to show much. Very nice pass. Very nice pass by Luka Kaspa. Didn't have much ice today. Jiří Novotný. Jiří Novotný, former Washington Capitals. Goes to the face-off area, but hasn't been so lucky at the drop of the puck. Turnover. How they manufacture their attack. Do they have game breakers? That's the big questions about the Danish team. If we talk discipline and system, we really cannot ask better than this. The question is now, what do they do when they create so many turnover? And again, Slavomir Lehner, concerned. Really looks like a Danish power play now. The Czechs do their best to keep the Danish away from shooting distance, and they do it pretty well, but they're defending. Now they need a clearing. Kutlak, how many thousand times he had to clear in the Swiss Premiership for Ambry Piotra this year. Czeslaw and Kutlak defending. And again, it's an offensive face-off. Very smart thinking by Captain Green. He said, this time we have no scoring chance. Let's restart from their attacking area. We need a shift. So let's gain an offensive face-off. He knew that the goaltender was putting the glove on the white to stop the game, to stop the play. Niklas Hart. Good diagonal pass. But the zone is well covered, nice keeping. Very good keeping by just Kasper Jansen. I don't think there's any penalty. Same thinks the referee. Again, another from the same spot, from the same exact spot. A snapshot which creates the opportunity for the 10th offensive face-off. Nedved loses the face-off again. Now it's 3 defensive face-off lost by the former world champions. Very good work. That could be the good one. The wraparound is smothered down very smartly by Stefan Lassen. Niklas Hart pushed that the dangerous puck away. Very good defense. The puck is dislodged by the attacking from the attacking team. Sorry, Czeslava to Kutlak. Pushing forward. Very good puck control. Novotny. Again Novotny. Puck is lost. Very good back checking. Then Green makes a very effective forechecking, then goes to the shift. Good skills, brilliant skills. Lucas Kaspa wins the one-on-one, but then is physically stopped. Petrusálek, number 88, Petrusálek, and here we go again. That's a hooking call. And Lassen, Philip Lassen, goes to take a seat. It's being called by the Dallas Star, the club that drafted him after a very good season at Frölunda 2009. And when he got off the plane, he signed a 3-year entry-level contract. So 2 minutes to go, nearly the same time of the penalty, the same time left in the second drittel. The ice is very snowy, the teams are very tired, I guess, and the benches are very far away. Blatak, very good physical work on Hart. Sorry. On Niklas Hart. One minute, 12 seconds left. And it's a dump. It's not a good sign when you power play and you dump the puck away. Means that you don't have it very clear, or like, understandably, you are very tired. Normally, it is the penalty killing team who goes to a rough clearing or to an icing. And when it's the power play team sending the puck away, the thing is different. Thomas Plekanec, captain and Montreal Canadiens star. Also nationally inline hockey player.
1 minute left of the second period.
In Vancouver, he gained the Olympic Games in Vancouver 3 points in 5 games. He played a lot with the Montreal Canadiens, where he, since he landed in 2005, one of the many products of the Kladno system passed through the Hamilton Bulldog systems to build a powerful career in North America again. Very good work by the goaltender. 24 seconds to the end of the penalty and 28 to the end of the second drittel. This could be the turn of events. Penalty killing versus power play. They have a big, enormous responsibility. That's, the first post is very well covered by Anderson. It's a very small box and a very tight. It was coming. It was in the air. It was in the air. No chance to go to the shift by the Danish team. A cycling shift. No hurry. Very cold blow. by the Czechs. And Hemsky to produce a very good short centering pass to challenge a goaltender who's been squatting for at least 45 seconds, and for a defense who did not cover promptly on a shortcut. A precious move by Hemsky. The right wing produced by the Pardubice, now playing for the Edmonton Oilers, who reached the slot very late and very quickly, too quickly to permit any reaction by a team punished by the talent. As at the beginning of the game we said talent versus system. Yes, it is, but the system has been working for 39 minutes and a half. We got 20 left. See you back soon. Of the roster with TPS Turku, he played a lot, so again it's very hard even for a talented team like that to get away. Have a look, 3 men in a row, in a line, waiting for the puck. Clean ice again, Larsen. Nice Philip Larsen. The Danish are very good on pushing the play. The opponent's right side. On the other side, from a Czech standpoint, we have to say that they need to do better in the face-off area. Game pucks. Take care of possession, otherwise. And look for plays like that. Put it in front of the net, even though it's not the most classy of the things to see, but they need to play some bang-bang hockey probably. We've seen that Michael Vonska works very well in front of the crease. Czeslava coming around now. I'm sorry, it was David Krejci. Puck is still there, slapped by the neck Kutlak. Jakub Kovar and Fredrik Carlsen, Andersen, but this is an icing call, so we get back for the first face-off of the third drittel, and face-offs may be a factor. Sure, Czech Republic is a team that can win the games even losing the face-offs, but every time you lose a puck, you find yourself chasing that for dozens of seconds at least. And this is tiring, and then again, you lose attacking time and consequently possible scoring chances. Puck in the neutral zone. Very smart dump. Very smart dump. And chased. This is a very good system. You saw the puck dumped on the left side, and the winger waiting on the right side because they knew that way the puck was going to be circulating behind the net. A centering pass in backhand by Petr Nedvěd, 40 years old, remains in for long shift. Chases the puck. Very nice covering work again by Petr Nedvěd. Jasper Jensen goes to very quickly to close down the skating lane to the only scorer of the game so far. Denmark has except Morten Green, has a pretty young defensive roster. Again, the wraparound is being conceded and it's being worked for Jakub Kova. Not really physical work by the Czech defenders. Another scoring chance. Diagonal pass, which is stopped again. Jiri Novotny chasing the puck. He has put in the corner. Looking for an option that doesn't come. Jasper Jensen can do better than touch the puck. Lucas Krajcek. Daniel Nielsen. The shot is off the target. 30 more seconds in his own zone, too much. So Jakub Kova thought. So he concedes a rebound, but he's very quick to go and cover. We haven't been far from the leveling score. Too many defenders taking care of the puck, and maybe one or even two neglecting the fourth man. Again, it is the underdogs attacking more. Good check. Yannick Hansen fetching up. He's a very precious fetcher. He chases the puck, and after the collision, most of the time he comes away. With the puck. Again, no way to get back in possession and to clear the area for the Czechs. In for a long shift. All the clearance lane are smartly stopped. The puck is still there. Can't believe it. It's more than 1 minute. Finally, time to go to the corner. No, it's again a very positive reaction by a team that has been suffering the last couple of minutes. Time to attack for the Danish side. The two number 36 bump into each other close to the puck. A clean, good hit made at the same time by Jannik Hansen. And his opponent again, the puck changes the owner in the neutral zone. Centerizes very well, defended this time. Good luck. No space for David Krejci. Back to help a defense which is really struggling. The same Krejci with the puck back again. Good luck. Nice breakaway. It's a 3-on-2, and nothing more than the offensive face-off comes from the former Canadian international at the Olympic Games. The former rising star who moved to North America, played for Vancouver Canucks, New York Rangers, Pittsburgh Penguins. Very good game for the ageless. Classic skater. Then we go back to hand score. Very good performance by Fredrik Andersen, but then he's been asked to cover too quickly on the 2 posts. He was covering the first post, so didn't have the split second to go and deny the only score so far. Just 1 score, as expected, Not an easy win, if it's a win for the Czechs. 13 minutes to the end of the game. Puck is still in the neutral zone. The ice already looks a bit slow, which helps big hitters, more physical and disciplined teams, while quick ice normally goes in favor of the most skilled stick workers. Now it's time, it's really time for the Czechs to go and try and look for a puck that juggles on the crease. But first they have to cross the neutral zone, maintaining possession. Think that again Denmark is denied. You cannot really overhandle versus Per Beckman. Defensive department and versus a goaltender. Like that, Fredrik Andersen, he spent his season at Frölunda Gothenburg in 39 games. He had a marvelous 1.67 goals against average and 7 shutouts. Probably he will be ahead of Nielsen in the big games, but it is just it's just my guess, because you have so many games with so short rest, and of course you need 2 very good goaltenders. And let's not forget Patrick Galbraith, who had big games in 2010. And again, Danek Kutlak is not showing his best. Jakub Kova lost his helmet in a non-malicious contact with the Vancouver Canuck forward. And there we go. You see the TV colleague and cameramen, they know their work. The Canuck star and the Canuck supporter there. For us simple spectators, climbing up the line is not a very visible fact, but I can give you for sure that when that player climbed up the line and replaced Barros in the Sedin's Vancouver Canucks first line, it's been a big result for Danny Shockey, a system which keeps improving and which is studied and admired by other minor teams. Really, what is Denmark doing to the world of hockey now is demonstrating that you don't need 200 ice rinks to produce regular prospects for the NHL. like Fredrik Andersen, Philip Larsen, Lars Eller of the Montreal Canadiens. He scored 4 goals versus the Winnipeg Jets recently. But I expect many more to come, especially if the national team is going to be within the first 8, which is the first goal. That doesn't seem too pretentious for this team, still keeping Czech Republic on the minimum possible advantage. And again, we see 5 Czech men committed in defending. Petr Nedved protecting the net. Oh yes, very good. Very good defensive work by the oldest by the oldest player on the ice. Now the best game for Zdeněk Kutlaka can give you for sure that he can do much better than this. I tell you this because he may be very well known in Switzerland, but he's not a big name. He returns to the national ice hockey team 6 years after his last official game. In the meantime, he's been playing 1 game, but it was a friendly. Again, he had a tiring season, very tiring. Ambry could avoid relegation at the very last moment, at the very last day. He played so many minutes, most of the times covering up. Freezing the puck, getting the hit when it was time to gain a few seconds, with much pressure from the press, from the people. I'm not surprised he's tired now. Again, it's an old cliche, but it works when we say that special teams are one of the key factors. Someone says when you got a good goaltender, a good power play, and a good third line, you got most of the game. The puck is again won by the Czechs. They're doing a bit better. I'm sure that Adam Sik talked about winning the face-offs during the last rest. D to D. Puck deflected to the corner. Time to locate the option. It doesn't have many. Oh yeah, very slow move. This one, that brings the puck to Michael Frolik. He's here to prove that he's not the player that we saw with the Chicago Blackhawks this year, and we are sure that he can do much better than that. Even though he hasn't shown much today. Puck back in the neutral zone. Again, skating back and conceding a dangerous turnover, which is mothered down. Lucky again for the Northern Slavian team. Offside. That was an offside. Again, it is hard looking for Lars Heller. And not finding him. Adam Sik giving precious indications, I guess, to Frolik. Frolik had tremendous outside speed. His powerful accelerations on the wings. And now the coaches have 20 seconds to talk to the guys. Per Bachmann believes in that, and rightly so. Heavy atmosphere on the stands. Of course, the stands are expecting to be receiving a big crowd. Good work on the face-off area, Czeslava. Czeslava and Captain Green all turning around, creating pressure. Jannik Hansen, for checking, has delayed the Czech move, giving the D time to organize. Slap shot. There's no penalty. There's just physical defense on David Krejci. There's not a catch by Jakub Kova. But luckily for the Czech, the shot was off the target. And again, he was down on his knee at this moment. The Czechs need to take the opponent away from shooting distance. Nice pass, one-timer. It doesn't find the target or the necessary strength. A change on the fly. For the Scandinavian, very slow and control. Now time to accelerate. The Whites, they find a way to the net. Not a slot, but an offensive face-off, which they need to win. Let's face it, Danish players, they cannot rely on a very quick breakaway, so they need to win the puck up there, not far from Jakub Kova's net. Green wins a very good face-off. Not very quick defensive work by the Czechs. When you lose a defensive face-off, the wingers, they have a very, very important role. They don't need to skate. Suddenly, they have to take care of their men. Totally different when you winning a face-off, losing a face-off, I'm sorry, in the offensive zone. Then you have to create, to make things happen, to chase the puck, to try to put it in front of the net. On the defense, the wings most of the time are the ones who go and deny the shot to the opponent's defense. And now the puck is going to be dropped on the other side of the ice ring. Very good game. But Petr Nedved, again, I like to remember you, 40 years of age, going to 41. This is a dangerous pack which sticks in the face-off area. This time more reactive. The guys in red. Possession sometimes means territory, so finally for the Czechs, there's a little stint in attack. Looks like it is finished. Nice covering. Yes, the goaltender was still committing in standing and covering the first post and then standing. So very smartly, very smartly, Jakub Nakladal, number 87 of the Reds, he denied the ice after the opponent had skated behind the net. Precious things which makes the difference at the end of the day. And the day is not finished yet for the Czechs. Sounds like a loose puck in front of the crease could tell us how these wonderful games will finish. Thomas Plekanec, oh, he forgets the puck there. Again, we have to underline that the ice is probably very slow. The referee thinks that the puck is still in movement. It's not easy to see the puck there. No, you don't have to look for penalties. Philip Larsen probably cross-checking a little bit, and there it comes. You don't have to lose discipline, otherwise you lose the game. You see? Oh yeah, Per Bagman, I know, I can tell you for sure what he thinks in this right moment. Why fighting for a puck which is freeze there? Why lose your temper? Why lose your game? Why lose your system? A player that I really like, number 3, Philip Larsen. He got nervous, he wanted the puck to get out, but let's follow what Tankred does. He's been waiting in a high slot. I know possession is a precious thing in ice hockey, but you don't have to get them unlucky. And lucky they didn't get 2 minutes penalty. Then we get back to the face-off. I think that one man struggling along the board could be enough. Look for the number 3. He's been pushed back and he got back there. So leaving his defensive system one man short and leaving Per Bagman so angry. I don't want to think or translate, oh no, what he said. Even a polite and careful man like him. A second of rage. And a hit that was just to hit, I fully understand, my friends, because it happened to anyone, happened to me a few times to lose it for a moment, but at this level, it could cost a lot, really a lot, because being down 1 goal at the end of the 3rd time, there we go again for a timeout, Denmark. Per Bagman did not lose his temper like his most talented defenseman did. He's not talking to the players. There are different kinds of reasons why you call for a timeout. This one was just to give the best man the corresponding time of a shift to rest. If you have a structural player came to tell the guys, you see the coach or the assistant coach most of the times drawing and teaching. He just said, we take off the goaltender, look for the extra man, look for the score. It's just been details and discipline. Yannick Hansen goes off for 2 minutes. This is a clear cross-checking from behind. This is the kind of boarding which is so heavily discussed and punished recently. I try to hear what happened. This is a very dangerous one. Oh, cross-checking from behind with the opponent facing the boards. Oh, that's a very nasty one. Again, Zene Kutlak, one of his not a very happy return to the national team. He's been hit like that so many times this year. So how long did the Danish team lose its temper? They've been losing defensive discipline for a 5 seconds at the end of the second drittle. Then they got punished. Philip Larsen got nervous when there was a gathering along the board, and there came the second goal. And again, a bit of cross-checking, a thunderous cross-checking now. So all the efforts to take off the goaltender and look for the extra man vanished in the haze, like the Beatles said. Plekanec, he doesn't want to try his luck with the backhand, so he spins around like a dancer and puts it there where the puck is supposed to go. Yeah, backhand, no way, sirs. Let me spin around. Very natural skater, Thomas Plekanec. He talks very well of his passion for inline skating when it comes down to the quality of his movement. 1 minute 45 seconds of penalty, but a minor penalty. We'll see Denmark finish the game short-handed. So being down 1 minute to the end, just one goal may give the coach the chance to try something, to look for the face-off, to take off the goaltender, to try a five forwards kind of power play. So many things you can do, but not if you get the nth penalty, and not a necessary one. Sometimes teams play a 5-forward power play, so Denmark could have been playing in these seconds with that defender at 5 forwards to try to level up. But the last penalty really suffocated any chance of giving this gentleman on the stands a reason to cheer. Anyway, my friends, wonderful game. A wonderful game. Sometimes it is a system that gives amusement, not only talent. We see spectacular skating, spectacular shots, but also when we see a very good cage, a trap in the neutral zone. It is my humble opinion that this is spectacular too. So let's expect more from Denmark and much more from the Czechs. The Czechs haven't been allowed to set up good 3-on-1. Most of the time they had to slap the danger away from their zone, which is a result, I think, for the Danish team. they had to take care of a bit more of the face-off. They had to jump over a good working system prepared by this sir and his staff. Of course, so disappointed, and I fully understand this. He could have tried his change to the end. He's a very active coach, not try to change, readjust, mix up the line. But what he does want to do is to do this at the end of the game. I would go for maybe Petr Nedved for the winning team. It's okay. The goaltender, of course, Jakub Kova. I shut out. I was looking for my pick in the skaters. I can do nothing else to then agree. Best player of the game. Hansen on the other side, I'd say. An unhappy Hansen is an easy pick again. So I'm sure that we saw a very entertaining game. So let's not underrate small teams, because let's think how it could have gone with a bit more of discipline by Per Bäckman teams. Time for me to say goodbye. Check the schedule. We got plenty of ice hockey today and tomorrow. Please, again, check the schedule. Thanks again, my friend. Goodbye.